Hi chess friends, today we are going to witness how Gukesh beats Kramnik. Kramnik plays with white, Gukesh is black. White starts with c4, black plays c5, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, knight c3, knight c6. This opening is called as English opening, ultra symmetrical variation. d3, out of the book. e3 is the continuation of ultra symmetrical variation. Knight f6 makes way for castle on the king side. a3, castle on the king side. Rook b1, e6, h4, preparing bishop g5, h6, stopping bishop g5, h5. White starts attacking on the king side. G pawn takes h pawn is not good as it exposes the black's king and creates a half open file for white's rook. So black plays g5, f4, aggressive move by Kramnik. G pawn takes f4 pawn, bishop takes knight. Slightly better is bishop takes f4 pawn, d pawn takes bishop, g pawn takes f4 pawn, knight g4, e4 was played. Better is knight f3, f5, queen d2. Game is equal. Back to the position. e4, queen attacks the knight. f5, defends the knight. e5, queen d4, threatens checkmate by queen on f2. Knight ce2, creates escape square for king on d2. Queen f2 check, king d2, knight e3, attacks the queen. Queen e1, knight takes c4 pawn. If pawn takes knight, rook d8 check, king c2, queen takes queen. Queen is lost. Black wins a pawn. King d1, queen takes queen, king takes queen, knight b6, bishop e3, rook d8, attacks the pawn on d3, rook d1, protects the pawn, bishop f8, protects the c pawn, knight f3. White's plan is to put the knight on g6 square. Knight d5, attacks the bishop, rook g1 check, king h7, bishop f2 moves to safety, bishop e7, guarding the h4 square, knight h4, bishop d7 was played. Better is bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, rook g8, rook takes rook, king takes rook. It is better to exchange all the pieces that is ready to attack the black king. Bishop d7 reduces the black's advantage. Knight g6 creates an outpost for knight. Rook g8, knight c3. White's plan is to exchange the knight on d5 and win the bishop on e7. Rook a e8. Slightly better is bishop d8, king e2. Slightly better is knight takes knight on d5, b6, protects the c5 pawn, king f3, bishop d8, rook g2. White wants to double the rook on g file, bishop c8, rook d g1, bishop a6, attacks the pawn at d3 square, king e2, protects the pawn, bishop c7. Slightly better is c4, bishop h4, bishop d8, bishop f2. Slightly better is knight takes knight on d5, knight e7. Black wants to remove the annoying knight on g6, b4. White challenges the c pawn, c4. Black challenges the d pawn, d4. White didn't want to open the position because he has a knight, as knight is good in closed position. Knight takes knight, H pawn takes knight with check. King G7. B5. Slightly better is rook H2. Bishop takes B5 pawn. D5. E pawn takes D5 pawn. White sacrifices 2 pawns without any compensation. Bishop D4 was played. Better is knight takes bishop, C pawn takes knight, rook B1, H5, rook takes B pawn. Black is better. White has some drawing chances. Back to the position. Bishop D4 increases the advantage for black. White's plan is to move the E pawn to E6 square with a discovery check. Black ruins the idea by rook E6, which blocks the E pawn. King D2, bishop A6, knight E2. Slightly better is bishop F2, C5, king E3. Alternate move, knight G3, rook takes G6 pawn, knight takes F pawn check, king H7 is also losing for white. Back to the position. King E3. If C pawn takes bishop, knight takes pawn, bishop C8, knight takes F pawn, king F8, knight takes H pawn. White has some compensation, still down a bishop. But black played rook F8. Black didn't allow any compensation for white. Knight G3. C pawn takes bishop with check. King takes D4 pawn. Attacks the D5 pawn. Bishop B7 protects the D pawn. Knight H5 check. King G8. G7. There is no need to be afraid of the pawn on G7. The only white piece that can control the G8 square is white's knight. Knight needs to come to F6 square to control the G8 square, but the F6 square is perfectly guarded by black's bishop and rook. Rook F8, rook G6, bishop E7. The rook on E6 is not free. If rook takes rook, bishop C5 check, rook takes rook. Game continued as knight F6 check, rook takes knight, E pawn takes rook, bishop C5 check, king C3, bishop takes rook, rook H6. Better is rook takes bishop, king F7, rook H8. White's idea is to take the rook by rook, king takes rook, pawn promotes to queen. Pause the video and find the brilliant move played by Gukesh. After this move, Kramnik resigns. Compliments on finding the move. The move is rook G8. White has no possibility to promote the GR F pawn, and white is down by 2 bishops. So white resigns. If you like the video, share, subscribe and like. Thank you. Now it's puzzle time. Black to play and win. Post your solutions in the comment section.